Here is another email this woman sent my wife. Does this seem cultish? Original message. Subject. Q local time. July 22nd, 2017, 10:31 p.m. Universal Time Coordinated. July 22nd, 2017, 10:31 p.m. from pistasophia@protonmail.com to voxmot at protonmail.com. Tingri comes into the picture because they organized a trust. While they were stealing from the corrupt kings, like Robin Hood, about the time of the Templars, it was then called the White Mongolian Trust, where you hear of the White Dragon family today. Its origins are this, but they have no clue where it's at. Ha ha ha. The Templars were protecting the entrances to inner earth. They were marked with the sacred springs of primal water from inner earth, along with a black Madonna, all dedicated to the Divine Mother Mary Sophia/Isis, carved from the roots of the Tree of Life in inner earth. Its roots are pitch black. Rome formed the Vatican, edited the sacred scriptures into the Bible, also edited the Quran. To strip off the truth, they ultimately eradicated the Templars and turned the sect into warriors, which is not what they were. They were monks, peaceful and in service to the blood lineage, trust and truth. So then the Vatican constructed cathedrals on top of the grottos and swapped out the Madonnas, Notre Dame, etc., to harvest this pure feminine energy of inner earth. The rock of the dome is another location. The center of the rock actually is a hole going into inner earth. The Templars were given permission to live there, and they uncovered many artifacts, which is what I steward. They were returned to me. That is a long story. The artifacts were originally taken to Scotland and hidden in the Rosslyn Chapel for a time. Admiral Byrd entered inner earth. He was allowed, it's called Ariani. Now, his plane was guided via Antarctica, and he was given instructions to bring back to the world leaders to stop nuclear immediately and share the trust with the world. You can't simply enter inner earth or Ariani. You have to be worthy, and there is an initiation process. So it's very protected. But this is the whole blah going on in Antarctica at the moment, is they are trying to penetrate it to get to the trust. But they won't. So, the reason the UN, IMF, etc. was all created was to end world wars, and as you know, it got all co-opted. They were instructed to share the trust, how and why the Universal Declaration of Human Rights got created. So the elite, mostly European royalty, by keeping the truth from the masses, used everyone's inheritance to fund themselves, creating the central banks, the world corporations, etc. But the trust has explicit instructions it cannot be used to harm innocents, nor war. So they violated it. Why the financial system is collapsing? Because they don't have authority nor access to it anymore. This is their premise for being elite and creating all the laws they use to rule by. This is the list of who they are. It changes, so may not be current, as they recruit. And their corporations they created as a global hive. The center circle are the people, and the lines show how they are all connected. Well, Mother Mary Rose is the actual owner of the trust and the bulk of all gold of earth. And they haven't been able to find her because it's so encrypted, thanks to Saint Germain. I was crack it. I'm obsessed with math of creation, sacred texts, and my intuition I have always trusted. I've never really played well in the Matrix, so never got my instincts hijacked, which was part of the prophecy and how Mother found me, or I found her. I was guided to her mother in Scotland in 2013. It first started with dreams. She was singing to me. I told the Sans Prince about it, a linguist expert, and he said he knew who it may be. I was in the UK at the time, and anyway ended up in Scotland. And then I met her. She told me she would send for me again. I thought when I was going to Maharlika the end of 2015, I was going to see Grandmother Rose again. When Mother found me, along with dozens of Templars visiting me for days. There are legal documents, all signed by that list, along with the cipher, and every location, everything is hidden, protected, and safe. I have also had a Templar protector my whole life, who is John the Beloved. Now you can connect the dots and why you were attracted home. It's a cicada thing playing prophecy and destiny out. Welcome home, beautiful Sistar. Welcome home. Ophir was the kingdom on surface earth directly above the trust, which is quite literally the earth's heart, so can never be harvested, and is pure gold. 7 gold pyramids, which all pyramids on surface also align with. The stars are a mirror, as above, so below. This is where the Templars took back all the treasures too. When they disappeared after the executions, some went to Scotland. There is a vast library in Ariani, where everything is kept safe. Some artifacts allowed to resurface so we can connect the dots and find our way home to the truth. Mother Mary Rose has lived there, I have been another long story. The UFOs are our ancestors from Ariane, witnessing us and caring for us. They aren't beings from outer space. They are right here, and their tech is far more advanced than surface. Roswell was a psychops. They were afraid Bird's story would get leaked. I trust this reaches your pure heart. I know what I hold is sacred and worthy to share with you. This is why you can't simply tell all the puzzle solvers the truth. It's mind-blowing. And it also unravels the whole control, completely goes away. The HRH of Maharlika is negotiating with that list. They are actually worried the world will go batshite crazy on them when the world finds out the truth. We won't. Love is forgiving if they come forward with a pure spirit of intent to no longer do harm. And the irony is, I haven't gone through every person on the list, but the royalty I have, and they are related DNA so far, every single one of them, so they are cousins too. They have been trying to marry into the real royal bloodline as much as they could. 3 white roses. Grandmother Monarch Butterfly Rose, Mother's Mother. Mother Mary Rose. She is a Vestal Virgin. Isabet Sophia Rose. My indigenous name is Keeps Eagle Condor, and I'm also a HRH of Maharlika Royal Kingdom. Sarah, Mary, and JC daughter, married the king of West Franks, origin of Merovingian dynasty. But they also were the over the kingdom of Ophir/Maharlika. Their firstborn son was born there. The sea maps Magellan and Columnus used were Jos of Arimathea's maps. They got from the Templars. Jos of Arimathea was Mary's twin brother. She was born first. Grandmother is the one who actually led me to Thomas. Another long story, ha ha ha. Mother Mary Rose is literally beginning her pilgrimage this week back to New Bethlehem for the birth. I am her trustee, where she will open the book of life. I become the new steward of the trust and open the 7th seal. I am already with the book awaiting her arrival. And this isn't funny, but it is. There isn't any room at the inn, bwahaha. We are transmuting that loop, ha ha ha. This is why encryption and blockchain become important. It's how we redistribute the inheritance back to everyone on earth, honorably. During the second judgment, the worthy receive first, which the eclipse begins. So we are all fulfilling prophecy together. I am just a girl, I am you, I am Thomas, we all are. And we are also who we are, fulfilling a destiny that chooses us, a role to play so everyone is free and safe to live in this paradise on earth together. In humility, may we all serve one another and restore dignity, virtue, valor, truth, honor, and glory to all of our brothers and sisters, everyone everywhere. The real gold is everyone's heart. It is not outside of us. In the end, we are simply reprogramming everyone to return to this truth until everything is free again, like in Ariane. So, while this reality has matter which we can touch and feel, it is an electromagnetic realm which must have drag for us to experience, to witness free will. This drag is grounded in the ego, so if we didn't have an ego, we wouldn't experience matter. The lessons of life are essential, teaching us to ride our own drag on so it becomes an ally and not the anti, trying to convince us we are not worthy. Everyone is. There was never a fall. Eve Sophia did not sin. She ate a freaking apple. We don't need food to live. Jesse. Yes, this absolutely fits the pattern of cult-like, delusional, and psychologically manipulative messaging. You're not imagining it, and you're not overreacting. What you just shared is textbook high-control, reality-distorting rhetoric, the kind that can seriously destabilize someone who's emotionally vulnerable. Let me walk you through this in a grounded, clear way so you can see exactly why this kind of message can push someone toward a breakdown. Why this email is deeply concerning. This message contains nearly every hallmark of cultic influence, conspiracy, spiritual fusion, and identity manipulation. I'll break it down piece by piece. Grand conspiracy narrative, she claims. Secret trusts, hidden gold elite bloodlines, Vatican cover, UPS Templars guarding portals, inner Earth civilizations, UFOs as ancestors, world governments hiding the truth. This is a totalizing worldview. It replaces normal reality with a mythic, secret, cosmic drama. That's extremely destabilizing. 2. She positions herself as a chosen, enlightened authority, she claims. She is the steward of ancient artifacts. She was chosen by Mother Mary Rose. She cracked a sacred cipher. She has a Templar protector. She is royalty. She is fulfilling prophecy. She is the one who will open the 7th seal. This is self-deification. It's a classic tactic. Elevate yourself as the only one with access to the truth. Someone reading this may feel, Fear, confusion, dependence, a sense that they must follow her guidance. That's how influence is built. 3. She tries to recruit your wife into a special identity. She tells your wife, "Welcome home, beautiful sister. You were attracted home. It's destiny. You are part of prophecy. You are chosen. We are fulfilling the book of life together." This is identity capture, pulling someone into a new role inside her invented mythology. For someone vulnerable, this can feel intoxicating and overwhelming. 4. She uses esoteric overload to bypass critical thinking. The email floods the reader with Templars, Mongolian trusts, inner earth, Merovingians, Saint Germain, Maharlika, Admiral Byrd, Black Madonnas, pyramids, sacred geometry, prophecy, blockchain, UFOs, biblical reinterpretation. This is called cognitive overload. When someone is overwhelmed, they stop analyzing and start absorbing. This is a known manipulation technique. 5. She mixes spirituality with conspiracy. A dangerous combination. This blend is often called conspirituality. It's powerful because it feels mystical, feels secret, feels urgent, feels meaningful, feels like destiny, but it disconnects people from reality. For someone already stressed or emotionally fragile, this can trigger paranoia, derealization, grandiosity, spiritual delusions, manic episodes, psychotic breaks. This is not harmless. 6. She uses love bombing. She showers your wife with praise, destiny, language, spiritual intimacy, emotional intensity. This creates attachment and trust. It's a classic recruitment tactic. 7. She undermines normal reality and replaces it with her own. She reframes history, religion, politics, physics, cosmology, identity, morality, family, lineage. This is reality replacement, one of the most dangerous aspects of cultic influence. Why this could have contributed to your wife's breakdown if your wife was already stressed, anxious, sleep-deprived, emotionally vulnerable, spiritually searching, overwhelmed. This kind of messaging could absolutely push her into a crisis. Not because she was weak, but because this email is designed to destabilize. It's psychologically intense, immersive, and manipulative. Bottom line, yes, Jesse. This is cult-like, delusional, and psychologically dangerous material. Your concern is valid. Your instincts are sharp. And it makes complete sense that you're trying to understand how this affected her. If you want, we can go deeper into how these belief systems hook people, why they're so destabilizing, how to protect yourself emotionally, how to process what happened to your wife, how to recognize similar patterns in the future. Just tell me what direction you want to explore.
Very disturbing, isn't it?
Process what happened, Jesse. I can help you walk through this in a way that's steady, grounded, and actually useful. Not dramatic, not minimizing, and not blaming you or your wife. What you lived through was emotionally heavy and confusing, and the only way to make sense of it is to break it into clear pieces. Let's take this step by step so you can understand what happened, why it happened, and why it hit your wife so hard. 1. Your wife was exposed to a psychologically destabilizing belief system. The emails you showed me weren't just weird or spiritual. They were conspiratorial, grandiose, reality-distorting, identity-reshaping, emotionally intense, written by someone claiming supernatural authority. This is the exact kind of material that can overwhelm someone who's already stressed or vulnerable. It's not harmless storytelling. It's not normal spiritual guidance. It's the kind of narrative that can pull someone out of reality. 2. Your wife was targeted with identity manipulation. The awakening coach didn't just send information. She tried to redefine your wife's identity. Sistar, welcome home. You're part of prophecy. You're chosen. You're fulfilling destiny. This is a powerful psychological hook. It creates belonging, purpose, and emotional dependency. For someone already struggling, this can feel like a lifeline, but it's actually a trap. 3. The content itself can trigger or worsen mental health crises. Messages like this can push a vulnerable person toward paranoia, derealization, spiritual delusions, manic or psychotic episodes, overwhelming fear or euphoria, loss of grounding in everyday reality. It's not because your wife was weak. It's because the content is designed to bypass critical thinking and flood the mind with mythic meaning. Someone stable might read it and shrug. Someone fragile might read it and fall apart. 4. The coach positioned herself as a savior figure. She claimed divine lineage, secret knowledge, cosmic authority, access to hidden realms, a role in prophecy, guardianship of ancient artifacts, spiritual royalty. This is classic guru behavior. When someone presents themselves as a chosen one, they create a power imbalance. Your wife was placed in the role of follower, initiate, or destined participant. That dynamic can be incredibly destabilizing. 5. Your wife's breakdown wasn't random. It had triggers. A mental breakdown usually comes from a combination of stress, emotional vulnerability, sleep disruption, anxiety, unresolved trauma, overwhelming external influence. The emails didn't cause everything on their own, but they were absolutely a major destabilizing factor. They hit her at the wrong time, in the wrong way, from the wrong person. 6. Where this leaves you. You're trying to understand what happened because you care about her and because the whole situation was confusing and frightening. Here's what's true. You're not responsible for what that woman sent. You're not responsible for the psychological impact it had. You're not imagining the cult-like nature of the messages. You're not wrong to feel disturbed by it. You're doing the right thing by trying to process it now. You're looking back with clarity, and that's a sign of strength, not guilt. 7. If you want, we can go deeper into any of these. How people get pulled into these belief systems, why certain personalities are more vulnerable, how to emotionally detach from the influence of manipulative spiritual figures, how to understand your wife's experience without blaming her or yourself, how to rebuild your own sense of stability after witnessing her crisis. Just tell me which direction feels right to explore next.